Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Almighty God and Creator, Sustainer of life, we give you thanks for this day. We honor you, and we are humbled by the great sacrifice that you made for humanity through your Son. We are also humbled and give honor for the sacrifices of these, our fellow citizens and soldiers of this great country, the United States of America. And during this Vietnam War, these great brave soldiers gave their lives that we might live with freedom and have courage and hope for a better day. Today, as we gather together at this memorial, hear our prayers and remind us that those that fought for freedom for all mankind, and that this freedom was not free. As they gave their lives, we're reminded that greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for a friend. And may we never forget their sacrifice. Today we ask for your comfort for families and for friends, for strength of character to stand just as this wall stands, for more opportunities to work together as these volunteers have done, and also to continue as one nation under God.
I would like to, on behalf of Forgotten Eagles, I would like to welcome you all to this sacred ground. Forgotten Eagles, we walk for those who no longer walk. We speak for those whose voice is still. We remember those with memories lost, and we honor those who fell. The soldiers off in foreign lands, the sailors on foreign seas, Marines who died in hand-to-hand that we might all remain free. The airmen who in lofty skies flew bravely into war, those who stayed to watch our coasts and guard our freedom's shores. To these brave men and women, give honor justly due. Their ultimate sacrifice guaranteed freedom for me and you. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have some honored guests who cannot be with us, so we remember them in this way. All rise. Gentlemen, please uncover. As you entered this sacred ground, you may have noticed a table at the front, raised to call your attention to its purpose. It is reserved to honor our missing loved comrades. Set for 6, The empty places represent our men and women missing from each of the 5 services: Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines, and the civilians. This honors ceremony symbolizes that they are here with us. They are here in spirit. Some here today were very young when the Vietnam War began. However, all Americans should never forget our brave men and women who answered our nation's call and served the cause of freedom in a special way. As the honor guard places a flag of the 5 services and a civilian cap on each empty plate, I would like to ask you to consider their sacrifices, followed by a moment of silent prayer. Was round to show our everlasting concern for our men and women still missing. The cloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when answering the call to duty. The single red rose displayed in a vase reminds us of the life of each of the missing and their loved ones and friends who keep the faith, awaiting answers. The vase is tied with a red ribbon, a symbol of our continued determination to account for our missing. A slice of lemon on the bread plate is to remind us of the bitter fate of those captured and missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears endured by those missing and their families who still seek answers. The Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain those lost from our country, founded as one nation under God, to symbolize their inability to share this evening's toast. The chairs are empty. They are missing. Let us now raise our glasses in a toast to honor America's POW, MIAs, and to the success of our efforts to account for them. Thank you for your attention. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless the United States of America.
I grew up in Kansas on a little reservation just north of Topeka. And I was brought up with some very traditional beliefs. And I guess I found myself lucky because in my upbringing, the veterans were always held in high esteem, no matter what. You know, everyone else took care of them. Everyone looked after them. Everyone gave them the utmost respect, thanked them. So it was a new learning experience for me when I kind of flapped my own wings and stepped out into the world to see where they didn't do that, to see where people didn't care. When we have veterans living homeless with no family or can't pay their bills. You know, when we all signed our name on that line saying we would defend this country and willing to give our life for that. That means a lot. Just that simple act. And whether you served in wartime or served in peacetime, you were still willing to make that sacrifice. So I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud of what these men have done. I'm proud of what all our veterans have done. And I'm proud of the ones that are still doing what they have to do. You know, we kind of got rained on a little bit. We had a couple of men standing out there, standing guard duty while the rest of us ran for cover. And I'll admit it, I ducked in that trailer. But I want to thank those guys because they showed the courage the duty to hold that position, to do what they was asked to do, like all our veterans do. They don't have that option to say, well, I'm just going home. We'll do this tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. So I want to thank each and every one of you veterans out there. And if you're not here or you have a family member that is a veteran, when you go home and see them again, tell them thank you from me. Because what they have done is a great thing, and I appreciate it. And I also want to thank these young ones out here today. It's good to see you here. This is a hard thing to come view. It really is. But you're learning a part of history that isn't taught in the history books, and probably never will be. And I hope that you take some of this with you and remember a part of it. And when you grow older and you have your own kids, your own family, that you share with them and don't let them forget. I want to say thank you.
The dictionary defines honor as that which is rightfully attracts esteem, such as dignity, courage, especially excellence of character, integrity, uprightness, and a sense of what is right, just, and true. Right behind me, you have over 58,000 examples of that definition. Each and every name on this wall are men and women of honor who were willing to sacrifice everything. It is our solemn duty to never let that be forgotten. It has been said that this wall has an almost unexplainable power. Some say that to touch their names is to touch their souls. There is also a belief that on the other side of this wall, the fallen heroes patiently await the time when they will be reunited with their brothers in arms. And in any case, this wall has been the most powerful statement and testimony to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. For some veterans here, a visit to the wall is an overwhelming emotional experience that can only be viewed from a distance. For other veterans, they are drawn to it like a magnet. With tears in their eyes, they have to touch the names and leave personal memorials to their fallen comrades. Each veteran carries that pain and horror of war with them daily, and they know that that pain will never be diminished, not even as years pass. Families of these heroes come here to remember loved ones and somehow hope to gain some comfort in the knowledge that this country will always memorialize the sacrifice and their duty to country. Others with no connection to this wall or no connection to the war come out of curiosity, and at some point during their solemn walk along the panels are grasped by the reality that they are in the presence of America's finest. In any case, this wall carries with it a lesson in history, a lesson that we should learn and should be heeded by every American. In other words, it is time for a payback. The soldiers listed on this wall died for each and every one of us, so that we could live in freedom in this great nation. Now it's time to pay them back, show them respect for their sacrifice, and set our moral compass back to the path that was meant for us by our founding fathers. We owe them that much, if not more. To all of you here that made it on two wheels, may you ride free forever. To our young troops fighting today, may the sacrifice you are making daily never be forgotten. And may God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you.
One of the first organizations that helped us out in the move was the Forgotten Eagles. And they didn't know me from Adam. And we met over in Lance, and they presented us with a check to help with the move out from California. And it was a big move because, you know, I mean, you can look at the wall, and we have 2 on the road, and they made sure that they helped us to get settled up in the UP. And we appreciate it tremendously. Thank you. And thank everybody in Manistique for especially the committee that did all of this to make, we could set the wall up anywhere, but unless they did the work, it wouldn't look like this. And this is a park that looks like it's been here forever. Thank you all.
I'm going to sing God Bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
For a few days, the moving wall will serve as a special place for veterans, family, friends, and the entire community to honor and reflect upon our veterans' sacrifices. Most of all, it will be a place where we can remember our Vietnam veterans. The moving wall is a half-size replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. Inscribed in the black granite walls are the names of the more than 58,000 who gave their life or remained missing from the war in Vietnam. 2,649 of these individuals are from Michigan, including 2 local heroes here from Manistique. Marine First Class Joseph W. Jenks was killed by hostile arms fire on March 13, 1967, and Navy Seaman Thomas Lee Tigas was killed at sea by artillery fire on December 23, 1966. The memorial stands as a symbol of America's honor and recognition of the men and women who served and sacrificed their lives in the Vietnam War. It also recognizes the courage of all Vietnam veterans who answered the call to duty. During a difficult time in America's history, the memorial served as a healing tool to start bridging the divide between those who served in Vietnam and the U.S. policy carried out in Vietnam. John Devitt, a Vietnam veteran from California who attended the dedication of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in 1982. This experience left a lasting impression upon Mr. Devitt, and he created the moving wall to ensure that those who do not have the opportunity or the ability to go to Washington are able to see the memorial in their own hometown. The moving wall was first on display in Tyler, Texas in October of 1984. The moving wall has been touring the country now for more than 20 years. Between 1984 and 2007, the moving wall has visited 42 cities in Michigan, from South Range to Oscoda to Grand Rapids, and most recently in Bessemer over the 4th of July. Having visited the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, I'm proud to be here to share the experience of the moving wall with you. The Manistique Moving Wall Committee worked long hours to bring the wall here. I commend the committee, Chairman Paul Walker, Pam Weber, and the entire Moving Wall Committee, and all the local residents for their efforts to bring the moving wall to Manistique. So in closing, let me just say, we owe so much to our veterans, and every day we should remember our commitment to them. We should remember it, and when you see a veteran, we should always say, thank you for your service. So let me close by simply saying thank you to the veterans and their families. Thank you for having me here today. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless America.
Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me to attend the Moving Wall event in Manistique. I always enjoy traveling to the Upper Peninsula. However, I regret that I'm unable to join you in person today due to a prior commitment. As you may know, the Moving Wall was the brainchild of Mr. John Devitt, who attended the 1982 dedication of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. He was moved by his visit to the memorial, and he wanted to share the experience with other Americans who may never have the opportunity to visit Washington. In response to this plan, Mr. Devitt, along with Mr. Norse, Shears, Mr. Gary Haver, and many other Vietnam veterans volunteers constructed this beautiful moving wall behind us. Since 1984, the moving wall has been traveling across our great and vast country, giving millions of Americans the opportunity to reflect on the service and sacrifice of our Vietnam veterans. Sorry, the wind's getting to me. Over 58,000 names are listed on the moving wall, including Marine PFC Joseph W. Jenks and